let's keep panning starboard.
That's pretty neat. You can totally do it.
Megan.
Scott.
Yeah, I'm here.
A question came in about can we 3D print these shorelines, and I was just commenting that your school definitely has some sweet 3D printers.
That's
so
good to the starboard. Let's do the
We're very
same to the
fortunate
port.
to have several up in the makerspace. Yeah, I think if you have the zip files, you can 3D print pretty much anything. So
maybe you could 3D print the cave. When you go home, make a little landscape.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. Actually, that's a great idea.
Could you 3D print a 3D printer and send it to me?
We will get right on that.
I actually know someone who has done that. And the only thing is like the
media,
the heated head that you could like laser etch one, right? You could you could CNC mill the like heated metal tip for it, but almost every other piece could be 3D printed.
Yeah, we have the printers we have. If anything goes wrong or any piece goes bad, we just print them.
It's awesome.
Is that good to port?
Yes, I would say that we're good. Let me just get some input from Larry here. Larry, would you like to get sort of a pass over the top just to get the topography up there? Okay. So if we could recenter back to the original heading, facing the cave.
So this dive is planning to go until 4 a.m. local time, Pacific time.
Because we're going to pass over the top of that cave, if we could rise up in depth a little bit, maybe another 2 to 4 meters.
Okay, it looks like we're high already. I don't know.
It's just to give the widest view in the sonar, so I'd like to optimally have it at the maximum view.
Okay. You say when.
Okay, will do.
Yeah, so let's dive.
That's good.
4 a.m. local. It's currently 9:30, so about 6.5 hours.
Now let's just go straight over the top of it and just blow past it.
Okay.
Rennie, how deep is the shallowest part of Osborne Bank? Where's the top of it?
I'll answer that in 1 second.
No problem.
If we're going over the top, were we at the end of our tether while we were there? Should I just bump Argus a little bit towards you?
Yeah, we're probably going like 20 maybe.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just going to go, I think 10 meters ought to do it. So, bridge, nav. Can I have a ship move 10 meters bearing 280? Thank you. Top of Osborne Bank, you say? That answer exists somewhere in a different piece of software.
In a different.
Bob, if you want to halt there.
Halting.
I'd like to do the same thing and scan to the port, scan to the starboard in heading.
Okay, going port.
So if you're watching at home and you are watching on the quad view, in the lower left-hand image, we've put up the side camera, so the camera here inside the control van. So everybody in the back row,
let's give it a little more to port.
So I don't know, Scott Kim, if your families are watching, give them a little wave for the robo camera here. Scott's not on a headset, so
I think our families
that's good to port. Do the same starboard.
They may be in bed by now.
I have family watching. Hello, family and loved ones.
Fabulous. So Aubrey's just underneath that camera. If you're watching on the quad. Oh, there she is. Hello. We're just saying, Scott, give a little wave to the camera if you have anybody watching, because you're going out on channel 3. There it is. Hey.
Okay. Looking good. I'd like a little more
Oh,
starboard.
I understand what's happening with Argus's sonar. It's tilted still. We've reached the depth, yeah. And that can't be manually actuated down, can it? You could change if we cared, yeah. Yeah.
All right, Scott, since you're wearing the headset right now, what has been one of the most surprising parts of being a Nautilus ambassador so far?
Oh my goodness. So I think I've used this, and I'm overusing this analogy, but it reminds me of a beehive. It's just the amount of work that goes into this operation is overwhelming, and it's really fun to just be a little spoke in this wheel, you know. Just the amount of engineering that's taking place in this room alone is really incredible.
Back to center, please.
And the things you don't even think about that has to happen in order for this to be successful. You know, it's really humbling. So the fact that there's so many people that are dedicated to this project and dedicated to doing what they're doing and doing it really, really well is really overwhelming. So just happy to be here.
Happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy to have you.
Being told that we're good to go to the next cave.
Okay.
Okay.
So this was cave G. Do we know what's next?
F.
F. Those are some creative cave names.
Uh-huh.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
That mic.
Oh, it's
Big
Kim.
fish.
It.
Okay, so once you back down and you get down to the sand interface there, Bob, we're just gonna kind of step to our port and scan along the wall until we reach this point here.
Backing up.
Yeah.
Copy.
That wasn't me.
So are we moving on to the next cave now?
That is correct.
How far away
Going
is
down.
cave
Only
F
30
from G?
35 meters, so very close.
You seen the cartoon of R2-D2, the Roadrunner, and Beaker standing in a driveway, and the garbage truck is backing up, and it says, "Sadly, nobody could hear the track backing up."
Oh.
Gabby, I'm gonna bring
can
you.
step me off?
Yeah, I'm gonna step you kind of south, even though we're going
sounds great.
southwest.
And that way I'll just like look up at Herc as he comes down.
Yeah, hopefully that'll work.
Yeah.
Bridge nav.
Sounds fine.
Can I have step 25 meters bearing 190?
Looks like that error has cleared.
25. Yep, thank you.
We're running away from our shrimp. We'll see how fast they chase us down.
And Aubrey, I will not be doing a DVL reset.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
Or will he?
Right.
Well, if he does, I won't know until after.
Aubrey's like, I've been burned before.
Yeah, when you least expect it.
And once we get down there, I'll bump a little over that way.
Yeah, so thanks for all our Nautilus Live viewers and fans who are here with us watching. We're so excited to share this expedition season with you, another 6-month expedition here on Nautilus, carrying us along the U.S. West Coast and the Eastern Pacific Ocean, then crossing out to Hawaii, returning to Honolulu, and then for the first time heading as far south as Nautilus has been in the Pacific. We will be headed down through some of the Territorial Trust Islands, Palmyra, Jarvis.
No, negative.
Down to
You should be
Samoa.
able to turn to the south and see me though.
Yep, I'm just gonna turn the other way then. Figured we would be moving.
will
Yeah,
be
the move is called in, but there's been no,
Yeah, just taking some time to get working.
no progress on that.
going to be diving in the National Marine Sanctuary of American Samoa,
Still need to come down a
searching
little
for the
bit.
Samoan Clipper, a 1930s airplane lost in the Samoa area. Fascinating story. Going to be an incredible expedition. And then returning with
That one's
this
deep.
Baker Howland Johnston. That one is, yeah. It's going to be a deep dive.
Yeah.
And then back across the Clarion Clipperton Fracture Zone and working with the National Marine Sanctuaries to round out the season. So if you want to learn more about that, check out the expedition page. So click the expedition just above the live feed, and there's a little summary of each one of those. So biology, geology, seafloor mapping, archaeology, we got it all this year. What legs are you on, Ed, this year?
Shakedown. This one. What's next?
California mapping, NASA
Yeah,
subsea.
California mapping, then I'm off boat. And I rejoin in Samoa and bring the boat back to San Francisco.
Fabulous.
Then I'm
you're
jumping
doing
on to
Samoa,
another
Honolulu?
project.
You're doing Samoa, Honolulu.
The Baker Howland Johnson?
Yeah, that one. With me.
I don't know
And
which
me.
one.
Ned
When the
Benny.
vessel gets to Samoa, I join. And I'm on until after the transit back from Hawaii. And then pulling my team guys. We're jumping on another project and putting different people back on board.
Perfect.
What's the depth on this other guy here?
Should be F80.
Yeah, I'm like, Rennie, tell us a little story about Cave F. Lives happily at 80 meters.
80 meters. It will be along this wall.
Right down at the base, then, huh?
Looks like it. I think, yeah, let's keep going. Looks like
There's
our-
another wing cod.
Where?
Top right.
There.
Cave F. And the heading will be 290.
No.
When we reach it.
I can tell you when the last one was. Stand by.
So we should be around at it right here. I can check that one or this one. Take a little look, peek in there. Argus has completed its move. I'm going to bump you a bit closer. I'm going to go 230.
Last one was at 4:11:20. 28
Bridge
minutes
nav.
ago.
Ship move 15 meters, bearing 230.
Yeah, on the bottom.
230, 15 meters. Yes, thank you. See if we got any sonar action down here.
That doesn't look like it to me.
No.
That's weird.
You can see this really stark vertical pattern. These are the, some of the indicators here as we're looking at these different sharp features of these paleo shorelines. These ancient shorelines carved as wave terraces in times when sea level was at a different level.
Roger that, thank you.
These caves were plotted out. That's why they have names by our team, by EV Nautilus, over the last several years. This is a continuation of an ongoing project. including wrapping up the season last year, diving in this area and identifying many of these caves. Returning now with the Coda Octopus Echoscope, which you can see the base of just there as we tilt the camera up. Hello.
We're a bit far from where our target is, but we can try to look up this little passageway.
I kind of remember this spot. This
I
rock.
think we went over that in this one, and
Yeah.
that was like a non-cave, and then maybe it was up to there.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. We've been doing this for too long.
We have viewers writing in at Cave G. They were like, I remember this. I saw this last fall. So it's pretty cool to be back in a spot like that. Have not only like an operational team memory, but it's awesome that folks have been following along with the project long enough to get to know these parts of the ocean here.
Look familiar?
I have a picture of it, and I think that this is probably what we're looking at here. Could you back away a half click?
Yeah, well.
See if it matches this photo.
We're going to be up against this rock behind us.
See it on the port cam.
Yeah.
I think this is it.
Another little like rock cul-de-sac here.
You don't have a lot of room.
Yeah.
Room to maneuver. Pretty up close and personal with this rock right here.
Yeah, not. I mean, I think this is it from the photo, but.
You want to go starboard a little bit and look again?
Yeah, we could go back there to where we have the point. We at least know where this is. I'll do a little target here.
$80 meters?
Yeah, it says 80.
Rennie, what kind of error do you have in this navigation? There's always questions about, how it. I think it's sometimes different for people to understand that it can be difficult to go back to the exact same spot.
Yeah, so we noted earlier that some of our targets were kind of dead on.
More it.
Sometimes it's a bit of finding the exact kind of position along. Like the stretch is only a few meters long that we're trying to figure out where it is, and everything's dark around us, so it's a bit difficult. Sometimes you're not quite looking in with the lights deep enough, or you're heading the wrong direction and kind of blow past it. So this in particular is a bit difficult. Does this have a roof on it?
That fissure is crazy. What's that look like over in your scanner? Are we too close to get crisply?
Getting the
there we
fissure,
go.
for
Some
sure.
like vertebrates.
Doesn't continue very far before closing off.
Yeah, it looks like the top there. So.
Yep.
So that was
not
fissure.
the cave, if that's what you mean.
Just gonna mark that. See if we can get
Well, we
back.
went by where we were.
Yeah, we did where we think it is. But
Wall looks good
You
though.
want to keep
Nice.
going?
yeah, I think a little bit further because it's right here. We'll just, oops, we'll kind of go at this heading and, or along this bearing. See if we see anything.
Gab, maybe a question you can answer now. Question came in, how strong are the Hercules arms? Like how much maybe crushing force do you have?
Crushing force?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, you can pick up 250 pounds at full extension.
Okay.
As far as crushing force, well, you can set the grip strength down till it's light enough that you can actually pick up an egg without squashing it.
Ooh, just saw there's a red
full
tuna
beans,
crab
maybe.
available. In
I
the
don't know what
Argus
the
cam.
force would be, but
Mm-hmm.
you could maybe crush a piece of wood.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know how much force that would be.
I'm not sure either. But that's a great visual.
Just had
I
another
think
one,
understands.
Gabby.
I'm sorry?
Just had another hit on Argus
Okay.
visual. I lost my input signal.
Okay. Thank you. It's happening like twice an hour. Once or
Yeah,
twice an
maybe.
hour.
Yeah.
Was that happening on Shakedown?
Yes.
Okay. Two with Argus, right? Oh, okay.
There's a little crab hanging out in the water column by Argus.
Oh, yeah. I see it.
That's a tuna crab.
What are we thinking?
That's a good question, Bob. Robert. Let's go a little bit further along here. Just get close to that target. I think after we get a little further, we'll end up going back to that, next to that block. Seems to be what we may be looking for. Although,
How far are we from the point now?
from the point that I have from last year's dive plan, we are not very far at all. Just Hercules is only a few meters away from it.
No, okay. I didn't know if we'd swung off to one side of it. Looking down this thing.
Did we turn off the laser measuring beams?
Yeah, let's go back now, Bob. Let's go back to that block. Looked like the photo.
Scaling lasers?
You want scaling lasers on?
I was just curious if they were off.
They are currently off.
Okay. So
We'll just, yeah, go back. Go back from whence we came.
So thanks viewers for being with us here on day one. Hello across the United States and in Canada, Australia, and Vietnam, in Turkey, in the Philippines, the Netherlands, Ireland, Greece, and the UK. Happy to have you with us for the 2019 season. We are diving on another cave feature. This is the third of the of this dive so far, and expected about 6 more hours on this dive. Using a new piece of technology to look at some known structures kind of in a new way. So this is, although EV Nautilus and ROVs Hercules and Argus and some of the people on this watch have been at these locations before, now with a new tool we get to look at it in a new way. And ultimately there's a big challenge here in that we're helping design some new technology that would be able to image cave structures and get not just a static image, but a full point cloud of volumetric image, and build autonomous systems that would be able to make decisions, go in, investigate cave passages, and extract themselves autonomously.
Nice to connect it to, oh, sorry, Megan.
No, that's fine. Please share. Honest view.
Kind of straight in it.
It would be nice, maybe to think about connecting it with whether or not I'm
so let me just put that
bringing the wire in and out.
There's your RV.
Yeah, I think this is the photo here.
No, but I can sort of do it in my head if you let me know each time it's happening.
You said the heading was 290 though?
So put down a little more.
Yeah, I don't know how much I don't know exactly if that was grabbed from a snapshot or an event log. You know, somebody typed it in.
That time it happened while I was. I mean, because I'm thinking about like spots on the slip ring or something like that.
Hello also to Armenia. Sorry for not mentioning it. Armenia checking in. Welcome to the Channel Islands. We are just about 40 miles off the coast of Los Angeles here, diving on Osborne Bank, which was once a subaerial, meaning it stuck out from the ocean, seamount here, or uplifted volcanic landmass. This is actually a piece of the North American plate sort of torn off and turned around over the last 20 million years or so by interactions with the Pacific plate.
So Bob, if you change your heading a bit and kind of back away, I'm trying to just see if we can match this photo here to what. So we'll kind of step a bit to our right and change our heading to port.
Okay.
That was the one we just looked at there. That's the one we just scanned, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there we go.
Close and personal here.
Hey. I think that's a block that's like separate. Yeah.
Yeah, we looked all around that
last time. Yeah.
So what heading do you want to be on?
If you kind of change your heading to port a little bit more, and I'm thinking that's where we are here. Right, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what we were looking at in that sonar there. You get a little bit of a, we may have to get real close to the bottom to get in there, but. Yeah, it's just dust.
Replace the grill with dust.
I can still see.
I don't know, some amateur.
It's just a proof of technology. Mm.
Hello. Pretty, pretty close at the moment.
Yeah, this is F. Mm-hmm. Hurry for F.
Yeah, you coming in. Or at least I thought it was. Like
It's a wee
that?
little picture you're trying to look at there.
It is. It is indeed, Bob.
And that could have been any time when somebody typed it in, right? And it could just be the closest screenshot.
Yeah, well.
Or does it distinctly look like one?
I'm just.
Get your jeweler's loop out.
Yeah.
5
Well,
for each.
there's a
5
photo.
meters for each.
That's clearly
So
not
6 meter
from
wide angle mode.
the
Still, even though
lat
we're
long
only 2
position,
feet from the
Yeah.
target.
because the lat long position is out in the sand.
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
throws a lot
we've
of
not,
things into
because we haven't
question.
located it
2 meters
visually
for
yet.
each.
Oh, okay. Then no, we haven't done anything.
No, we don't do imperial. We don't do imperial units now.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
You can back out on Argus as he backs up out of the frame.
You got it.
Copy.
If I can't follow him, I'll sure try.
All right, Bob, let's start by backing off.
Okay.
I will let you know when to stop. And then once we hit that point, we'll start rising up, and I'll let you know when to stop there as well.
All right.
So after the
Have we
Thank-
decided this is the cave?
I think we've decided this is the cave, according to the photo. I'll
Cool.
go check some more last year stuff. Let me get back to my targets.
So here at the 70-meter contour, we are looking at about 12,000 years ago was the timeline when this shoreline was what we think of right now as sea level, as that active interface where the wave action is cutting away at the rock, cutting this terrace here. Earlier in this dive, we've just been marching through time on this dive.
This is the Sea Prince sonar on the brow of Hercules. Engineer. Yeah.
As we started earlier at the 130 meter contour, we were back in time about between 18 and 15,000 years ago. And we've now, in the course of a few hours, sped up to 12,000 years ago.
So there's a comparison, I guess, to as we dive down deeper in depth, we're at older and older shorelines.
Correct.
Like astronomers who are looking up into space are seeing things that are older and older.
The farther back,
Yeah.
deeper
Aubrey,
into
how we
space you
doing
look.
here?
Yeah.
Not really halfway there yet. We've only backed off, it looks like a couple meters.
I'm wide on Argus. And I did have another hit recently. You haven't come up or anything, have you? 4:58.55, 2 minutes ago. And so you were static then. Okay.
Almost there.
I feel like Cave F is giving us a good lesson for, I don't know, any kids that are like up way past their bedtime if they are in the mainland U.S., but watching anywhere around the world about the kind of observations and careful note-taking. We do a lot here. We take screen captures of what we're seeing, and our observations of video time, video data is synced with the navigation data, so we can correlate all these different data streams coming in together and at the same time.
Want more?
Yeah, Rennie, do you have an electronic version of that sheet you're referencing?
Yes, it's on the share. Would you like me to direct you to it?
Bob,
No, I don't have
there.
access to that. I'm just wondering if those thumbnails might be links
Let's go
to
ahead
full-size
and
images.
start bringing
Unfortunately,
it
they're
up.
not links. They're just, although yes,
Start
I do
what?
have the photo.
Start rising up, please.
Okay.
From, yeah. Oh. Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
I don't think that, unfortunately, I don't know if that's really going to help me seeing the photo better, because
Completely crazy here.
I'm worried about
The auto depth and auto altitude are wackadoodle. Well, we just changed it so that it's got a 10 hertz update rate. Yeah, should not.
Bob, I just heard you
Is
say
right now.
wackadoodle. You've been hanging out with Trevor.
No, Trevor hangs out with me.
That's oh, he learned wackadoodle from you.
Yeah.
Suspect.
And angle the dangle.
The angle is. Oh, you're not again.
0337.
What do you call it when a bunch of cable or a line
Wuzzle.
is wuzzle, yeah.
You're off, Gab.
2017 07270.
Well, we got to do it manually
1037.
Wuzzle.
You need more up?
We're looking good, but yeah, let's just keep taking it steady up.
It's funny, I
Copy.
keep, I mean, even though we put those cameras down
Yeah.
there, I look at the winch, I think the sun's out.
I know, it's really bright down there. Those are nice cameras too.
There's 6 of them down there.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
you can stop there.
impressive.
There sure are. We have a lot of use of that winch.
More up?
It's our new toy. We want to look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good there.
Okay.
Okay. And I'd like to
Let me
start
try auto depth again, see what happens.
pan heading port.
Okay.
Thanks for jogging my memory, Ed.
On what?
This photo.
Oh,
Found it, and I'm pretty confident it's where we are.
Fabulous.
good.
Doesn't help me with my navigational woes, though.
Good at that.
Okay, good there.
Come
And
back.
let's do the same to starboard. Yes, please.
amazing working with the cruise plan. This cave was located during Hercules dive. They're all numbered. The 1619, which was, oh, I don't know. 2017 and 120 Hercules dives ago.
Right.
We were all so much younger then. The robot was so much younger then.
We were much younger then.
Okay, we're good there?
Good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's
Back
go ahead
to
and
set
return
up.
to our original heading, facing the cavern, please. The cave.
All kinds of history stories here.
Yes. 1619, the year I was born.
Yeah, I'm only 2 years older than you.
All right,
Birthday
we'll let
buddies.
Gabby poke at buttons now.
Sorry?
We'll let Gabby poke at the buttons.
Bob, do you want me to do a round on gauges before I take over there?
Please.
Yes.
Knock yourself out.
Bob doesn't like gauges.
He loves them.
He likes them when I read them.
Recordings ×2.
Well,
no
the data
errors.
sheet's like in like 6-point font,
Yep.
so it's
Sure is.
in the dark
Yeah.
without my glasses.
It is
So yeah,
6-point
you're
font.
doing the gauges.
Why we don't should make that 12-point font.
Bob, I'd like to do the same thing we did last time. Please, let's raise up a bit more and then do a flyby.
Okay.
All right, I like this question coming in. If we came
Heading up,
across,
let me know when we're good.
I'll let you know when we're good.
we came along an archaeological
those guys.
site.
Bob, I'm going to take bubble.
Yeah, incredible.
Take it.
Would we investigate it? Yes, that's part why you have an exploration vessel. So one of the best things about our vessel is it is designed to be flexible and to make the best discoveries. So in archaeological work, you do observation-based work only. You do no collections and don't disturb sites whatsoever until the proper experts and the proper permits are obtained. So if we were to come along any type of vessel, it's important to treat them with the utmost respect. But our mission priorities are set more broadly by working with the science community and identifying areas that are high priorities for exploration, which typically means multiple disciplines have lots to learn from working in one area. Here, that would be geology of these shorelines.
We can stop going up.
As well as technology development of the tools we're building.
I'll stop.
Let's do a flyby.
Bye-bye.
And that work comes with lots of different experts from across the scientific community. Our team will often be working on planning missions for a year or more before they happen, with the details solidified as you get much, much closer to those dates. But as an exploration vessel, we always keep that card in our pocket.
Let's halt there for a second, Bob.
You can always stop to make a discovery. You can always stop to investigate something interesting.
I'll let you know when to stop.
Step left.
Step port, please.
Okay. Say when.
Will do.
There's some big fish down there on the left side. Bling, maybe?
Okay, stop there.
I'll stop.
What is that?
Go ahead and keep flying by.
Flying by.
You need some help from some of those predatory fish.
Okay, let's stop there.
I'll stop.
And let's do a pan heading port.
On port.
Okay, stop pan.
All right.
Let's do the same thing, starboard, please.
All right, you ready to do the do here?
Yeah, I'll do the do.
You want me to hit that button?
Ed, do you want to talk to me a little about 4K? We have some viewers wondering if we are viewing things here in 4K, which we are not.
Today we are not.
Yeah, talk to me
we are
about
not. So I can say that today we are not.
It seems like you did, though.
Is that
No?
a thing that
I don't
underwater
know.
cameras are?
Oh,
So,
got it. Okay.
Aubrey, just let me know when you're all
yes,
set
some
here.
manufacturers are just starting to field 4K cameras, and it's a promising field. We certainly have been very active in
Sorry, I can't
talking
hear
to
you
partners and working with other organizations and vendors and sensor manufacturers and lens manufacturers.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Aubrey, did you say you were all good?
Yeah.
All good here.
How much bigger
no,
are
you're
those
just not
cameras?
on. I got you.
Are the
Oh,
sensors?
yes, I'm sorry. All good.
No worries.
Yeah,
Okay.
are the cameras different sizes?
Smaller.
Would we need?
Roger that.
smaller than
yeah,
what
let me
we
get
have
all
now.
set up.
Would that involve a
Unfortunately,
different housing or no?
their frame rate is reduced.
Yeah, I know.
We would go from
We
60
have a time machine
fields to 30 frames, and you tend to introduce motion artifacting when you're moving in fluid. And
We're heading to
all of the current crop of cameras in that arena tend to exhibit some of that. The data rates are much higher. So the cameras we use right now are high definition, 1920 by 1080 at 60i if you're playing the home edition.
Okay, Gabby.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up?
We are here.
At
We'll
1.5
be heading
gigabits
here.
a second.
Okay.
We want to get there relatively quick, so we can do what we were doing before, where we weren't quite in tow mode. We were just flying.
Yeah.
I think we were able to make about a knot, maybe slightly under knot. And then, so we just kind of fly Herc, and we'll be in the water column.
Okay, so come up like 50 meters or something. Oh,
Yeah,
we
so
can't come up 50 meters. We'll be in the air.
Yeah. So we have. That's what we have to. After we have to watch out for. So there's a bit of terrain as we come through here, and then even more as we pass over here. So we'll just have to kind of be vigilant of that.
Is it an option to go a little slower at those points? Like
Yeah,
if
we
we
can
take
go
smaller steps there?
0.7. Track a line at 0.7.
Sounds good.
That sound good?
Let's give it a try.
Okay.
So we're going to be coming up for, let's see, we're at 70. I'm at 70 meters right now.
Yeah.
Come up, if we come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll get the bridge set up,
I'm
and then
13
I'll
off the
zoom
bottom.
back in here. You can see your orientation there.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So if I come up 15.
We just keep monitoring the
Yeah.
bottom.
Okay. It is going to come up quite a bit. What are those? What are those contours?
These are 5-meter contours. I'll zoom in once I get the ship moving here. Are you guys okay to?
It's gonna come up 10.
Yeah, and then up here it may be slightly a bit more.
Okay.
Once we reach here, this will get a bit shallower.
Okay.
So we can kind of monitor as we go.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna come up 5. Then.
Bridge nav.
And okay.
We'd like to track a line bearing 115, speed 0.7 knots. The distance will be approximately 1600 meters.
So tell him to not start yet. I'd like to get this wrap out.
Yes, that's correct. It's the selected target. And before you enter that move, just stand by and I'll call you back. Thank you.
I don't need to do XY stuff? Okay, but I do need to get this wrap out.
Okay, yeah, you're clear. We're not going to be moving yet, so.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ugh.
There we
Yikes.
go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Ed.
And our, what's the bearing of our
115.
115? Copy that.
1,600 meters, which is going to be about an hour.
Okay.
So before you go 115, you'll probably want to get up to where Argus is and then go Argus 115.
Roger. Okay, coming around.
So,
Go ahead,
moving
Bridge.
up through the water.
Thank you. Stand by. You just let me know when you're ready, Gab.
I'm at 115.
Okay,
Let's give
so
it a go.
I think do we want to get a little bit ahead of Argus?
Sure thing.
Just in case.
And I think I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna come up another 5.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Is that okay? If you're on the surface? Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna get ahead a little.
Yeah. Okay, and we could bring Argus head to 115. Okay, so I'm going to call in the move.
Go for it.
Bridge nav. We can execute that move. Thank you.
All right, Ed, we have a question from a young explorer in here. Wondering why the water is blue at night when the sky isn't reflecting the blue. Sounds like he's heard the explanation that oceans are blue because, or sky is blue because it's reflecting oceans, but are oceans blue because they're reflecting sky?
Wow,
Talk to me about
great
blue
question.
water.
So different spectrums of light are absorbed differently as they travel through fluid, especially through water. And the red spectrum is always absorbed more than green or blue are. So, and it's also a product of what's actually in the water. So there can be things in there that affect the color as well. But what we're seeing is still blue because we're still illuminating the water with light. It just doesn't happen to be sunlight. It's very similar color temperature, about 6,500 degrees Kelvin. And that red is still being absorbed. And it's absorbed more with distance. So the things you see further off we're not getting as much of the red light refracted back to us or reflected back.
So it seems pretty good, actually.
As we are. And the water itself,
we're not quite up to speed yet,
we're
so you
just
might
seeing
be at the
blue
end of your
because the red is absorbed really quickly.
Oh, really?
And if I try to add red, it looks so wrong.
Mm.
Hold on, let's see if I could do that on Herc's. So we'll dial some of the blue out here.
Okay, I won't rely on it.
And yeah, there's not even any red there to bring up.
Altitude started being weird.
So that's almost all red and no blue. If I did that in the black content there, so add red here, you'll see it a lot more on the edges of the screen where it's dark.
Looks horrible.
And then as I bring the blue out, yeah, that's your murderous ocean there. So it's really a factor of the physics of light. But yeah, what an interesting concept. Yeah,
kind of looked like every photo I posted on
sky
Instagram
is blue
in 2014.
You're like, look at this filter, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a really interesting question. Very good
great
question. Avery, talk to us about the long string things swimming around. Your questions coming in about those.
About the long string things swimming around. Those are siphonophores. So siphonophores, there's a lot of animals out there in the animal kingdom, and we organize them, and most people have heard that set of orders: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Well, despite the fact that these long stringy things don't have arms or anything, they're actually our closest relatives down here besides the fish, because they're in the same phylum as us. They're in phylum Chordata, so they have what later kind of turned into our spine. They have a notochord. And they're invertebrates, though. They don't have a spine, and they float around in the water column, and they filter feed, or they, I think, eat some of these suspended particles, this marine snow. And yeah, they're pretty cool organisms. So they're called siphonophores again.
There's all kinds of siphonophores. We had a really cool siphonophore sighting a few years ago that I swear it looked like a trash bag or a mop. It was purple.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah. So if you write siphonophore into Nautilus Live in the search, you will get all kinds of siphonophore highlight videos that you can check out while we're on this transit to the next
and
cave.
Aren't siphonophores colonial organisms where different portions of it assume different appearance based on their roles?
That's right. So the bell, the part that's at the top, is an organism, and I think they're genetically identical, probably, but they
functionally
they're
different.
functionally different. They
USB
differentiate.
I just realized that. You see me doing